Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and myself. Before learn English investment Elliot web theory. Here 10 wholesome of actions. 10 wholesome of actions I've got from the site 84,000.org. 10 wholesome of actions means กุศลบท10 ประการ classified by bodily action. 3 bodily actions. Number 1, abstention from killing. Number 2, abstention from taking what is not given. Number 3, abstention from sexual misconduct. Verbal actions 4. Number 4, abstention from false speech. Number 5, abstention from tale-bearing. Number 6, abstention from harsh speech. Number 7, abstention from vain talk or gossip. 3 mental actions. Number 8, non-covetousness. Number 9, non-ill will. Number 10, right view. Here we have whole sum of actions 10 from the Buddhist principle, the Buddha's teachings. Let's get started to learn English investment Elliot web theory from the website investmenttheory.org. Let's get started. Lesson 3, Essential Concepts. Lesson 3, Essential Concept. Here, essential concept. Let's count the web based on my background, based on my understanding. 1, 1 motive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then to become 1 in bracket and count A, B, C to become 2 in bracket. Similar to count at the same here, right? To become 3 in bracket, 4 ABC, 4 in bracket, 1, 2, 3 to become 5 in bracket. For this, the cycle 1, right? So for the next wave is to be A in bracket, B in bracket, C in bracket. So do C in bracket, 5 to become 5 to become 1 in bracket. Let me check the bracket. Không làm được. Mark brackets from parentheses. The first is parentheses. From Pinterest. Let's see here first. Here brackets, here parentheses, bracket, and parentheses. Here apostrophe, a bracket, colon, comma, dash, Elliot, exclamation, hyphen, parenthesis, period, quotation mark, equal to question mark, here question mark, quotation mark, semicolon. Okay, here bracket, parenthesis.เอาใหม่ one เดี๋ยวนับใหม่ one, 2, 3, 4, 5 to be 1 in parentheses, A, B, C to become 2 in parentheses. Count until 5 in parentheses to become 1 in bracket, and then A, B, C is to become 2 in bracket. Count like this cycle again. 1, 2, 3 in parentheses นะ parentheses 1 2 3 4 5 in parentheses to be 3 in bracket นะ and then count A in parentheses in B in parentheses C in parentheses to become 4 พอนับถึง5แล้ว here เป็น 4 ใน bracket 1 2 3 4 ใน bracket นะ count the same loop the same loop then to become 5 in bracket and then count at the same loop of the downtrend right the same loop of to backward to downtrend right 1 2 3 4 5 to become A B and C here impulse right here corrective ABC corrective so it's like dimensional เหมือนกับเป็นมิติมันซ้อนๆกันอยู่นะ here zone is impulse right มันซ้อนกันอยู่เนี่ยพอเรามาอ่านครั้งที่เท่าไหร่ไม่รู้เนี่ยเราก็จะเริ่มมองออกละนิดหนึ่งcomplete market cycle นี่คือ complete market cycle very interesting นะ very interesting yes complete cycle 1 2 3 4 5 to become 1 in parentheses A B C 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 in parentheses A B C 4 1 2 3 4 5 to be 5 in parentheses to become 1 in bracket จะซ้อนกันไปอย่างนี้นะ1 2 3 4 5 A B C in bracket figure here figure 1 dash 4 the phenomena of form degree and relative direction are carried one step further in figure 1 dash 4 this illustration reflects the general principle that in any market cycle, webs will subdivide as shown in the following table. Here, 1, 5, 21, 85, impulse, this down, this impulse, this correction, see, 1, 3, 13, 55, 1, largest wave, phenomena of form, degree, and relative direction are carried one step further in figure 1-4. This illustration reflects the general principle that any market cycle wave will subdivide as shown in the following table. Number of waves each degree, impulse บวก correction เท่ากับ cycle In here, complete market cycle, right? Impulse plus correction equal cycle. Here one cycle. ใน market cycle ก็จะมี cycle เล็กๆอยู่ใช่ไหมที่จบที่ C ที่ C C เนี่ยนี่หนึ่ง cycle เล็กนะ cycle เล็กจบที่ C A B C cycle เล็กที่ C เล็กที่ C แล้วก็จะเป็นอีก cycle ซ้อนใหญ่ซ้อนเล็กใหญ่ซ้อนเล็กจนกลายเป็น cycle ของ market largest web 1 บวก 2 1 บวก 1 เท่ากับ 2 largest sub-d 5 บวก 3 เท่ากับ 8 5 1 บวก 2 นี่1 cycle มี 5 นะครับมี 5นี่ต้องทำความเข้าใจทีหนึ่งอ่านไปกัน number of webs at each degree นะ degree นะไปดูความหมายของ degree as with figure 1-2 and 1-3 in lesson 2 neither does figure 1-2 imply finality as before. The termination object another 8 web movement 5 up and 3 down 5 up 3 down ก็ correction นะ ABC 5 up เนี่ย1 2 3 4 5 5 up and 3 down ก็ A B C 5 up 1 2 3 4 5 3 down เรียก5 3 A B C 5 up 1 2 3 4 5 and 3 down ถ้าเป็นฝั่ง correction นะว่า 5 down 5 down 1 2 3 4 5 and 3 up the correction A B C นะ 5 down 1 2 3 4 5 3 down complete the cycle yet another 8 web movement 3 down ถ้า largest web ก็คือ1เนี่ย1บวก2นะถ้า largest sub 5บวก3คือเนี่ย5เว็บบวก3เว็บเนี่ยถ้าเป็น8เว็บเนี่ย1 2 3 4 5แล้วก็บวก3 1 2 3 4เนี่ยเรียกว่า largest subdivision ใช่ไหมถ้า next subdivision ก็21บวก13 21บวก13 21ก็คือตรงไหน next subdivision 21 37 21 13เยอะนะ53เป็น8 53เป็น8 53เป็น8 8แล้วก็5เป็น10 8บวก5เป็น13อย่างนี้ยังไม่เข้าใจนะตรงนี้ยังไม่เข้าใจ compute a cycle that automatically becomes through subdivisions of webs of next higher degree. Eight web movement นี่พอจะเริ่มเก็ตละ 5 up and 3 down โอเค complete the cycle นี่คือ automatically becomes กลายเป็น two subdivisions of web of next higher degree ก็กลายเป็น2เว็บย่อยนะของดีกรีใหญ่ถัดไปก็เป็นกลายเป็นสองเว็บย่อยของเว็บย่อยของดีกรีใหญ่ถัดไปดีกรีใหญ่ถัดไปก็คือเป็น2เว็บย่อยไอ5 parenthesis นะแล้วก็ C ถึง C เนี่ยกลายเป็น to become higher ก็คือถึง1อันนี้คือ1ใช่ไหมอันนี้คือ2เป็น higher คือก็เป็นอันนี้กลายเป็น3มันซ้อนกันกลายเป็น2เว็บย่อยของ3นั่นเอง3 bracket 3 in bracket as long as progress continue the process of building to greater degrees continues. The reverse process of subdividing into lesser degrees apparently continues indefinitely as well, as far as we can determine. Then all webs both have and are component webs. Elliot himself never speculated on why the market's essential form speculate ก็คือคาดการณ์ was 5 webs to progress and 3 webs to regress and why market essential form he simply noted that was what was happening. Does the essential form have to be 5 webs and 3 webs? Think about it and you will realize that this is the minimum requirement for and therefore the most efficient method of achieving both fluctuation and progress in linear movement. One web does not allow fluctuation. One web does not allow fluctuation. The fewest subdivisions to create fluctuation is 3 webs. 3 webs in both directions does not allow progress. To progress in one direction despite periods of regret, movements in the maintained trend must be at least 5 webs, simply to cover more ground than the 3 webs and still contain fluctuation. While there could be more webs than that, the most efficient from the punctuated progress is 5-3 and nature typically follows the most. I just know about the number 5-3 when I have read in this time article นะ this article before that I just read with no any understanding more about it in deeply in the deep นะ so when we intend to know something นะ it will inspire me us to read as long as we have concentration or more interested in it นะ so we can make it clear in our mind our understanding more even not 100% yet right and nature typically follows the most efficient path variations on the basic theme the web principle would be simple to apply if the basic theme described above were the complete description of market behavior. However, the real world, fortunately or unfortunately, is not so simple เห็นไหม It's not so simple มันก็ไม่ได้ง่ายหรอกนะ From here through lesson 15 However, the real world, fortunately or unfortunately, is not so simple. มันก็ไม่ได้ง่ายเลย From here through lesson 15, we will fill out the description of how the market behaves in reality. That's what Elliot ภาษาอังกฤษอ่านว่า Elliot แต่ภาษาไทยเราก็อ่าน Elliot ได้นะ set out to describe and he succeeded in doing so detail analytics web degree เนี่ยยังไม่เข้าใจ web degree เนี่ย all webs may be categorized by relative size or degree นะ Elliot discerned 9 degrees of web น่าจะขนาดของคลื่นนั่นเองนะว่านับอยู่ในช่วงเล็กหรือใหญ่ From the smallest wiggle on an hourly chart to the largest web he could assume existed from the data then available. He chose the names listed below to label these degrees from largest to smallest. Grand supercycle ก็อาจจะเป็นหลายปี10 ปี supercycle อาจจะเป็นหลายเดือนหลายปี cycle primary intermediate minor minute minutator subminutator It is important to understand that these levels refer to specifically identifiable degrees of webs. For instance, when we refer to the U.S. stock market's rise from 1932, we speak of it as a supercycle with subdivisions as follows. ดูเราจะดูเกี่ยวกับ degree 1932 to 1937 around 5 year นะประมาณ 5-6 ปีก็จะเป็น first wave of cycle degree 1937 to 1942 the second wave of cycle degree 1942 to 1966 the third wave of cycle degree 1966 to 1974 the fourth wave of cycle degree 1974 to 19 the fifth wave of cycle degree cycle waves subdivide into primary waves that subdivide into intermediate waves that in turn subdivide into minor and subminor waves. By using this nomenclature, the analyst can identify precisely the position of a wave in the overall progression of the market, much as longitude and latitude are used to identify a geographical location. To say the Dow Jones Industry Average is in minute wave V 5 of minor wave 1 of intermediate wave 3 in parentheses of primary wave 5 in bracket of cycle wave 1 of supercycle wave 5 in parentheses of the current grand supercycle is identifying a specific point along the progression of market history. Wave degree supercycle 5s with the trend 3s against the trend correction ABC 5 ก็ 1 2 3 4 5 3 ก็ ABC ก็จะมีเว็บคือตัวเลขโรมันใช่ไหมหรืออะไร1 2 3 4 5 ABC ใหญ่ parent in parentheses ถ้าเป็นไซเคิลก็1 2 3 4 5แล้วก็ ABC เฉยๆถ้า primary ก็1 2 3 4 5 ABC in bracket intermediate ก็1 2 3 4 5 ABC in parentheses minor 1 2 3 4 5 ABC ที่เขานับกันตัวนี้ที่เป็น minor นะที่ใช้ minute ตัวเล็กนะ AB 1 2 3 4 5แล้วก็ ABC minute 1 2 3 4 5 ABC ใส่ข้างล่าง The above labels the above labels preserve most closely Elliot's notations and are traditional, but a list such as that shown below provides a more orderly use of symbols. Grand supercycle 1 2 3 4 5 ABC การ supercycle เป็นอยู่ใน bracket supercycle อยู่ใน parentheses cycle ขีดล่าง primary ไม่มีอะไร intermediate in bracket minor in parentheses minute 1 2 3 4 5ขีดล่าง miniature 135 ABC. The more desirable form for a scientist is usually something like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, etc. with a subscript denoting degree, but it's a nightmare to read such notations on a chart. The above table provide for rapid visual orientation. Charts may be also use color as an effective device for differentiating degree. In earlier suggested terminology, the term cycle is used as a name denoting a specific degree of web and is not intended to imply a cycle in the typical sense. The same is true of the term primary, which is in the past has been used loosely by down theorists in phrases such as primary swing or primary bull market. The specific terminology is not critical to the identification of relative degrees, and the authors have no argument with amending the term, although out of habit we have become comfortable with Elliot's nomenclature. The precise identification of web degree and current time application is occasionally one of the difficult aspects of the web principle, particularly at the start of a new web. It can be difficult to decide what the degree the initial smaller subdivisions are. The main reason for the difficulty is that web degree is not based upon specific price or time length. Webs are dependent upon form, which is a function of both price and time. The degree of a form is determined by its size and position relative to convenient adjacent and encompassing webs. This relativity is one of the aspects of the web principle that make real-time interpretation and intellectual challenges. Fortunately, the precise degree is usually relevant to successful forecasting since it is relative degree that matters more. Another challenging aspect of the web principle is the variability of forms as described through lesson 9 of this course. Web function. Every web serves one of two functions, action or reaction specifically. A web may either advance the course of the web of one larger degree or interrupt it. The function of a web is determined by its relative direction, and actionally all train web is any web that trends in the same direction as the web of one larger degree of which is a part. A reactionary or counter-trend web is an area web that trends in the direction opposite to that of the web of one larger degree of which is the part. Actionary web is a label with odd number and letters. Actionary webs are a label even numbered letters. Or actionary webs develop in corrective mode. If all actionary webs are developed in multi mode, then there would be no need for different terms. Indeed, most actionary webs do subdivide into 5 webs. 12. Read rich page number 12. Thank you so much. Investment Theory.org. Read out loud. Have a happy day. Thank you so much for learning. Thank you so much for learning together. Have a happy day, all night, all the time.